in the Departments of Immigration and Labor, the pay for the immigration director and the immigration of labor, their pay, their salary is capped at $65,000 a year. For the immigration of the director in labor, and for the immigration director in for the director in labor, for the director of labor, his salary is capped at $65,000 a year. For the director of immigration, his salary is capped at $65,000 a year. But you had Algernon Cargill and other crappy leaders who were leading national insurance who were getting $100,000 a year. Leading in other areas, leading in other government departments who were getting more money than the people who we need in critical roles at immigration and at the Department of Labor. And so it's no wonder that people could come and just bribe these leaders, bribe the person in charge of immigration, bribe the person in charge of labor. Because these fellas ain't making no money to protect. They ain't got no money and they ain't got no protection. Because if there's two offices that require protection, it's the Director of Labor and Director of Immigration. These individuals, whoever take these rules, have to work hard. Just like how the Commissioner of Police should have protection, so should the Director of Immigration and the Director of Labor and the Commandant of the Royal Bahamas Police Force. Give them money so that nobody can bribe them, and give them protection. So they should have a defense force officer assigned to them, or a police officer assigned to them who's there as their ADC in the event that anybody tries to attack them. Because they have difficult jobs. Because labor and immigration are the two areas that deals with all of these migrants coming in. And you have a lot of people applying for the migrants. Let me tell you what's been happening. You have hundreds of Bahamians who are applying for migrants for maid service or handyman. Maid service and handyman services. Local Bahamians are applying. So we complain about this immigration problem while we creating the problem. They're applying for maids. They say, oh, there's a living maid I getting. That time, they don't want no Asian living in their house. They're applying for handyman. They ain't got no place to house these people. They are contributing to the shantytown situation. The shantytown development. They are contributing to it by applying for these work permits for these people, and they are being paid to bring them in. So which means, because what happens is the person is brought in, they got to find some place to live, they got to find a job, they connect probably with the Asian community, and they are here, and the person who applied for them, they are paying them to apply for their permits again. And let me tell you what makes this worse. At some point in the law, or in the policy, they changed it where persons who apply for handyman or maid services don't have to be examined every year. And so their work permits are automatically renewed once the money comes in. This is the mess we're dealing with in our country. Once the money come in, once we getting this money coming. Once we getting the money, we ain't care whether the person here or whether they having children or whether they doing things that are not in line with what is allowed under their work permit.